I call this silent streaming for a reason. So, therefore, if you're enjoying your quiet time, simply be quiet. Okay? When I'm live streaming quietly, I ask that you please mute your mic and keep the background noise out unless you're playing music in the background that isn't too loud. Okay? It's a personal live streaming that I'm doing, so please don't ask why aren't you talking. You don't have to talk. Okay? You will hear my pet bird cooing if you do hear, or the dogs barking, or a door slam, or you may hear me talk or play music. If you don't hear any of those things, then it's silent streaming. Okay? I like to silent stream. So if you don't hear talking, then remember, think about you going to bed and resting quietly, okay? So I'm gonna play a sound and I ask that you stand by, okay? I have to turn it down because it's gonna be loud. Alright, stand by, I'll be right back, okay? Alright, I'm back, okay? Just nothing happened, okay? Nothing broke. Just be quiet about what you were hearing, no longer hearing, but heard, okay? That's what I use, like I mentioned before. If I have to leave, then I would put that up, and then when I come back, that would be removed, okay? I was on standby, no longer am. Right now, I'm in the room, and I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel, okay, and show you the video that I made about the um it was the word seven, and I'm gonna play that for you, and then after that I'm gonna rest. And when I rest, I'm still gonna be live streaming, okay? So uh when I'm live streaming, make sure you have your background noise muted, okay? Because I'm resting quietly, especially when, of course, you want to make sure you rest with the Lord, okay? That's why I call it silent streaming. It's quiet time with the Lord, okay? So when I get done talking, it'll be quiet, but I'll still be live streaming until I start talking again, okay? But I'm going to show you this video really quick. Oh, let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so I went to limewire.com and uploaded a file for those that are looking for the word 7 set up to download. It couldn't because the website is no longer available. I have the file, and you know, after you click, after I click this, um, I copy the link and I paste it in a new tab, and just copy the link there, and it'll take you to this page, and then you click there, and you should get your free download of the word 7 setup. All right, and this is what it should look like after you download the application. You'll see a icon with a blue W, and after you download it, this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, all right. So let me know if that was a success. I would download the link because I don't know how long it's going to be available for, but that's the link, and I'll also paste the link um, in the on YouTube. Okay, it will be in the description box. Okay, I don't know when this how long it's gonna be around. Okay. Oh, okay. So it tells you right here, as an anonymous user, your files automatically expire after 7 days. and downloads are limited. Okay, so you have 7 days to download this link. Okay, and you can even do the same thing after you download it. You want to do the same thing like I did. You want to share the file around, you know, so others can download the Bible to use offline when they can't go online. They use the Bible software on their computer. Then you can just copy the link or just share the link with that person. You don't even have to come to this website. But um, again, that's the website, and I will show it to you again. And that is the free download. You just click here over here and it'll download. Okay. All right. That is all that I wanted to share with you. And when you download it, this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay. Right here. If it don't look like that, discard it. Okay. But this is what it's supposed to look like. All right. That's the end of that. All right. So there's the link. Okay. And that website is no longer available. I talked about that in my live stream that I did today, so make sure you go check it out on your free time. Uh, so I'm gonna get off of here and come back over here and stop sharing my screen. Okay, so as of right now, uh, I'm going to be resting. If you want, you can, rest quietly as I do the same thing. Okay, this is where you just won't hear anything. Do I snore? No, I don't. I don't hear myself snore. Well, you will hear my bird coo if I keep the light on. You might not if I turn it off. But happy resting. Once I wake up, you know, I'll you'll hear me talking. All right. So I'm gonna mute my mic. Or actually, if I mute my mic, you won't hear the bird coo in the background. So I'll keep it on muted so you can hear it. That's just my bird flying around. Just please ignore that and just be quiet. Enjoy your rest. If you're resting, at the same time I'm resting. Okay? It's dog whining, so just ignore that. Alright? That steamer in his cage. Male, diamond up. Okay? Anyway. Alright. Well, I'm asleep, so enjoy your rest. I'm gonna mute the mic because dog keeps whining. Anyway. Alright, I've been getting a little rest, so it is what it is. It varies, okay? Just don't complain, alright? You either get more rest or less. Again, that's dog whining in the background, okay? Family dog. Anyway, I'm in a room, so if you like, you don't have to, but for those that love to color, you know what to do. You go to the store, buy you some collection of markers and a collection of coloring books and color, or you can paint or buy some musical instrument to, on a side where that doesn't require electricity or require to go online. Um, Musical instruments, painting, coloring in your spare time where if you didn't have internet or you couldn't watch TV, you know, list getting yourself, for those that uh, into the Bible, get yourself buy yourself a Bible player, um, and play it. Um, you know, you want to make sure you get that. Uh, if you are led to get that, not just a Bible player, but you need an actual book. Get the book, and then you can get the player. All right. I use the KJV. I don't use any other versions. Okay. Um, I also deal with the lost books of the Bible. Also. Okay. And I'm trying to think of what else. Uh, uh, okay. So, ride your bike if you're able. In your spare time. Walk. Go for a walk. Unless you can't, then you know. If you can't go outside because it's dangerous, yeah, you still have electricity. If you have a treadmill or a unicycle or some kind of foot pedal exercising equipment, of course, use that. You know, draw. Again, play, use a musical instrument that doesn't require electricity. Okay, if you have a whole bunch of batteries, you can use a battery powered device for your music instruments. Some of them take battery. If you have some stored up batteries, um, what I would do is if you want, you can buy a whole bunch of coloring books and color in your spare time to keep yourself busy, especially if you can't find a job. Okay? Listen, if you in the Port St. Lucie area and you need help finding a job, all right? If you want, there's vocational rehabilitation located in Port St. Lucie. Okay? They will help you find a job, get you the job training that you need, and the place ask them, where you'd like to do your job training. And hopefully it goes in that direction. And Just type in vocational rehabilitation if you live in the Port St. Lucie area. Vocational rehabilitation in Port St. Lucie and Google Maps. All right, you can go there and schedule an appointment. Okay, all right. So if you need assistance in finding a job, okay, that's what I'm doing. All right, and you have to be patient with the process. Okay, be patient with them. Okay, and then you can. And then what you're gonna need is you're gonna need to be set up with. Uh, you have to go through intake, and then you have to be set up with a counselor, and then you would have to have you have to sign your signature. Okay, I don't know, if it be one time or two times, and then the referral will have to be sent out to the company that you choose to deal with. Okay, you'll give an option of who you want to deal with, and then you'll be given a job coach. And then if there be an employer coach, then you'll be given a you'll deal with a employer coach. Okay, and then they'll help you assist in finding the job. Just tell them where you like to work or train, and hopefully they set up training in a location where you choose or show them a pick to choose to work. And all you can do is sign your employment plan, okay? When dealing with your counselor, all right? Your counselor will go over with you with your employment plan. You sign your signature, and then the referral gets sent out, and then you're dealing with whatever company you choose to deal with to help you do get to your job coach from. And okay, so what I would do is just keep your case open until you're able to get a job. All right, and then you decide from there after you get your dream job. All right, you're on your own. You decide if you want to keep the case open or if you want to close it because you found a job and you no longer want to deal with kitchen rehabilitation because they helped you out. All right. As for me, you decide what you want to do. But as for me, I previously had a case open and closed it because I wanted to try to find on my own and I couldn't. There was nothing out there. So I reopened a new case and I'm keeping it open for as long as I want. Okay? I'm not gonna close it unless they they close it for me and then I have to ask why. So like say if you're given 90 days and then they have to close your case after 90 days to ask them to if they can reopen the case, that's what I'll do, okay? Just reopen it if the day of the case expire. All right. I don't know if that expired, but I'm just saying if I found that out, I tell them to keep my case open, okay, so that I can follow up with you what's going on with me as once I get past the job training or job, okay. But you decide what you want to do. I would advise that you keep your case open even after you get a job so that things go smoothly and that you follow up with your counselor, vocational rehabilitation, on what's going on with you on your job training in your job. Okay, so you don't have to take my advice. Okay, but the reason is just because so that you could keep up to date with your counselor and keep up to date with your job coach. And if you need to go back and review the information with vocational rehabilitation with the case open, okay? is once you close your case, they're not dealing with your files, okay? So keep your case open for that reason. All right. If your case expires, for example, after 90 days, ask them to reopen the case. Okay. If you need information on, what I talk about, or where, this place is located at Port St. Lucie, just go to Google Maps. Google Maps. Type in vocational rehabilitation and Port St. Lucie. Okay. And find it. All right. I'm not going to be live streaming for long, but that's an example. Quiet live stream. And then I wanted to talk about, you know, some stuff. Okay, you could go to Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Temu, TEM as in Mary U. Okay, to check out the coloring books in the markets where you can buy it, or you can go to the store like Publix, Walmart, or Target to get what to get them there. Okay. If you want, you can get yourself a body camera to record your adventures. I thought, not thought, but I thought of a body camera, just so just specific with my words. But I decided I want to get one yet. Okay, it's just for fun, and just keep yourself busy. Just stay close to the Lord. All right, just remember to obey what the Lord tell you to do. All right. If it's unsafe to go outside, don't go outside. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna just end the live stream. Um, until next time. So I have to do a silent one again. Silent streaming. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your rest. It's 1 o'clock p.m. Hopefully, I get a little bit more rest. Again, it varies. All right. All right. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.